Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. Thank you guys. Or first of all, Happy New Year. Happy Stampin' Up! New Year. It is the first day, yes, of the brand new year for us to start over and earn bonuses, trips, flex points, all that stuff. It all starts today. So Happy New Year. Thank you guys for watching the video, whether you're here live or the recording. To be entered into the drawing for this call, you need to either watch it live from the beginning until the end, and if so, you don't need to report anything to me, or you can report the 3 secret words to me by Tuesday, October 15th. So this time you do have 2 weeks. We will not have a Zoom next week because I will be on a cruise. So the Zoom will be, the next Zoom, I'm sorry, will be Tuesday, October 15th. Unless something happens and I can't do it, but we should be fine. As a reminder to report the secret words, don't post them on Facebook, text them or private message them to me. The last prize, or the prize for the last call, is the Bells Are Ringing stamp set. Woohoo! So I'm going to do that drawing right now. See who's going to win that. And then I'll show you the new prize for this week. The winner is, oh my gosh, April. Hopefully y'all can see that. Yay, yes, thank you, Marilyn. Let me write it down in multiple places and throw it over there. Okay, and then for the call that you're on right now, you will be entered, if you do the stuff you're supposed to, for Elfie, hashtag Elfie, I should say. Cute little guys there. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna jump in. I do not think this will take 2 hours like last week, but it's a lot, so I will talk quickly. So good thing it's recorded so you can go back and listen if I talk too fast or whatever. Okay, so we are on part 4 of this training. We did 1 and 2 in one call, then we did 3, and then this week is part 4. So all the stuff we've talked about so far, even though I've been telling you every week, this is your homework, do this, you know, this week, tonight, whatever. Some of you may not have done all that already, and that's okay. It may take you a few weeks to get it all put into place. So don't give up. Don't be like, well, I didn't do last week, so I'm out. No, it's fine. Just keep going and keep, catching up and doing what you need to do. So it may take you some time. We talked about this last week, but the funnels you try at first may not work. So that doesn't mean give up. That means try new funnels. Of course, you need to give them a good 6 months before you say it's not working. But everything you're doing now, including the funnels that aren't working, are setting you up for the future, because now you know those don't work and you move on to something else. I don't want you to use that as an excuse to say home parties don't work, because they do. It's getting the bookings for home parties that, quote, don't work, because you have to do that hard part on that one, which is asking, begging, and then locking down the date. Yes, Marilyn. And Ramona said she had one, and Tracy, how many? 1? Yes, awesome. I saw on, and I know Marilyn's on this training group, on another training group I'm on that with Rhonda Wade. So basically it's the same training I'm giving to you guys, just for free. But I saw someone post, you know, I've got a booking, we're just trying to lock down a date. Well, I know secretly that Rhonda would say that's not a booking. She's not going to post that on Facebook for them, but y'all know, I've told you many times, that's not a booking. So again, when you're, not that you guys are, but when you're saying bookings don't work for me, you know, not only do you have to ask for it, and then when you get even a hint of a yes, next step is lock down that date right then. So anyway, that's off topic. But you're getting, again, you're still setting yourself up for this new year. Today's October 1st. You definitely need to start taking action now if you have not already. So today we're going to talk about two subjects. This really should be part 4 and 5. Maybe I'll name it that because it makes more sense. Part 4 and 5. If I remember, I'll change that name. And it's social media and recruiting. So they're related, but they're not really related. Social media is one topic, recruiting is one topic. I'm going to go ahead and give the first secret word now, which is social media. That's number 1, social media. And okay, before we jump into that real quick, last week your homework for part 3 was, I made a lot of typos on this, I'm fixing them all. What's your business name and do you have business cards? I know some of you posted business cards. I don't, well, maybe you kind of posted your business name with your card, but a lot of people, definitely, we haven't seen your business names. Fill in your skeleton calendar for at least the next 3 months. Find at least 2 funnels for October, which is now, so you still have time to find those if you haven't, but yes, you need to get on that. You may have tried to find some funnels. You may have called a Michaels and got shot down. So you may have to ask 20 to find your 2, or you may have to contact 20 different places, things, you know, coffee shops, craft fairs, and so on. Don't be a quitter. Just like with the bookings, just like with all of it, you have to keep trying things until stuff does work. This is a never-ending process. I mean, as I've said, I have had ups and downs, yeses and nos, and all that stuff over and over, and I still get all that stuff now in my Stampin' Up! Career. But this part is necessary. Remember, on the funnels, I gave you 9 different funnels to choose from. So there are more if what you've done hasn't worked yet. Number 4 was book 2 craft fairs for the fall season. Again, if you want to really grow, book more than 2. Once you've prepped for 1, it's how many, Marilyn? I wasn't looking. How many? 4. Awesome. Once you prep for 1, it's pretty easy to keep doing them. You know, you know how you're setting it up. You've got your door prize forms. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Number 5, create your Facebook business page, or if you already have one, and well, you should have already done that. If not, do it now, and then start posting on it every day. Post your classes, post about your classes, boost your class posts, ask for RSVPs, tell them exactly how they can RSVP, and of course mix in all those other kind of posts, whether it's projects, tips, personal stuff, and so on. And last but not least, book 2 hosted events for October. Of course, I'd really love you to do 4 hosted events in October, but 2 will be great. And report to us the dates and names of the hostesses. So as a reminder, your booking challenge that I issued for you guys, just for this business group only, is to book 2 parties by October 8th. So you have another week basically to get those booked, and well, you will be entered into a drawing for $50 in merchandise if you do that. However, there is some fine print. As a group, we need 10 bookings for this incentive to happen. I don't think, oh, I did say it. Okay, so we need 10 bookings for this to happen. If we have less than 10, I will still do a drawing. Even if we only have 1, then that person wins. So I'll still do a drawing for a predetermined price, something I'll order. Even if you try for this challenge and you only get 1 booking, so you don't get to get entered, you're still going to be a winner. So you know that. Say these things: I am in a challenge. Can you help me? Did you receive the packet I mailed you? And of course, there's lots of other things you can say. To qualify for this challenge, you need to text, ask in person, Facebook message, or make a phone call. no emails or Facebook posts allowed. That is because I don't want you guys to take the lazy way out that doesn't work. That rarely ever works. It's extremely rare. Your own party does not count, but I still want you to do your own party because it's going to help you. But when I say do your own party, don't forget that means inviting new people that have not stamped with you before. And then last but not least, this is what I couldn't remember if I said, is to get these entries and to know if we had 10 people, you guys need to go to the business Facebook page and report the names of the hostesses and the dates of the booking so that I will know that we had however many. Okay. Oh, and that's a note from last time, but don't forget I uploaded a file last week that said, or I'm sorry, that had suggestions on how to get bookings. Okay, so this week is all about, the social media part is all about boosting what you're already doing with social media. And then it's also about building your team. So using social media, using online platforms is a great way to add to your in-person business. Many successful online demonstrators have a strong face-to-face business first. Many of the ones that you guys know today, they started out face-to-face. And then they slowly added online stuff. And then a lot of them did transition to fully online eventually. But a ton of them, again, names you know, started out with face-to-face businesses. And then, like I said, they've either now have an online portion or they've transitioned fully to online. So the point is, when they started with their online, they used it as a support to their face-to-face business. I've said this many times, but again, I'll say it again. If you want to have an online only business, and that's the only, like, you're not going to do anything in person, it will take years to build. So you probably won't earn the incentive trip this year. And if that's okay with you, that is fine. Of course, you can do what you want. Just know it's not very likely you would earn the incentive trip this year. Not impossible, nothing's impossible, but not very likely. So, you know, just to say it, if you're more happy only doing online stuff, just know that the process is going to be different and probably take longer, but that's fine. If you know that and you're willing to accept that, that is perfectly fine. And especially if it meets your goals. Your goals may be, I want to do 300 a quarter so I can stay active. That's perfectly fine. But with all that said, this training is geared towards those of you who have said, I want to earn the trip this year, I want to go to Silver Elite this year, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how I'm going to speak to you today. Let's see. And of course, you may be watching, some of you may be watching this training every week, taking notes, et cetera, but maybe your goal is only 300 a quarter. You're still going to pick up tips as well that you can use just at a smaller level, lower level, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you're not posting every single day. It might be once a month or whatever. So, okay, so today is about how you can take what we've already learned and grow it stronger with your social media presence. Last week, we talked about how to meet new customers. One of the best ways to keep those new customers interested and stamping. We want people stamping so that they want to buy more stamps and more paper, is by using your laptop, your computer, your phone, all of your devices. Personally, I just want to throw this out there. Personally, I love having a laptop. So I don't know what everyone's situation is, what you have at home, what you can afford, etc. But I have found that certain things are much easier to do on my laptop than my phone. And vice versa. Some things are easier to do on the phone. Like you can make a quick Facebook post on your phone if you have the pictures there and all that. But then sometimes I want to make a post on my phone, but I don't have the link to place an order right now. I don't have the item codes that I can just copy and paste from another place on my computer and so on. So just throwing it out there. If you don't have a laptop and you can afford one, that might be something to look into business-wise, because I find there's certain things sometimes when I need to do something, and if I only can do it on my phone, I just don't do it because it's either not possible or way so much more time consuming. But the phone is also invaluable. I mean, I use it to do my Facebook Lives. I post stuff, have more probably than half the stuff I post on our 2 Facebook groups in our team are on my phone and all that stuff. So I'd like to have both. Also, with a laptop, you can take that with you anywhere. So you can take it to the doctor's office, the soccer practice, wherever it is that you're going to have free time, and be able to work from your computer on the go as well. Okay, so just to clarify, you don't have to have social media to be a successful demonstrator. These tips are going to help you and kick it up a notch and take it to another level. But there are many demonstrators who earn the incentive trip currently and don't use social media in their business. So don't feel like there's even more pressure on you from this call. These are tips where you can take what you're doing now and enhance it with social media. But don't feel like a failure if you choose not to, or you just can't. As long as you're doing your events, your advertising, all that stuff, you're okay. But remember, you don't see those successful demonstrators that are earning trips without social media because they're not on social media. So everybody, not everybody, and I think our group kind of knows because I've told you over and over, but people out there think that the only successful demonstrators are Tammy White, Dawn Griffith, you keep naming them, you know, whoever, Dina Rico. And it just totally isn't true. There are usually 400 to 500 demonstrators who earn the incentive trip. I doubt you guys know 400 to 500 online demonstrators that are in the top each year. And there's only like 100 in the top. But you don't have to be in the top of the company to earn the incentive trip by any means. I was not in the top for years, but I earned the trip every year. Okay, so you can be successful without an online presence, but I encourage you to add some of this when and if you can. It's just not mandatory. Don't forget, Google is your friend. So this today is more telling you what to do, not how to do. So some of the ways you can learn, you can ask me, but honestly, sometimes I just can't explain it, period. It's either too complicated, it would take you being right here with me step by step and like hours, or I don't remember because once you Google it or you watch a YouTube video and then you set up your blog, you don't remember every step it took to do that and so on. So you can ask, but I may not have the answers, and I may tell you, well, I Googled that or I watched a YouTube video. But use young people in your lives. Sometimes little kids can teach you stuff, but definitely teenagers. If you don't have any, ask your friends and customers, hey, do you have any grandkids? Do you have any children who are good on YouTube or good on Facebook, whatever? So any younger people, ask other people for help. Embrace your own skills. Don't compare yourself to others. So for example, my Facebook Lives, the filming part, not as quality and perfect as a lot of demonstrators out there, and just different, and for example, Rhonda Wade's Facebook Lives are different than mine. And both of us, she and I both, we don't have all those, the switcher studio, and you can put your face in the corner and all that stuff. So embrace your skill level. It doesn't mean you can't learn, but embrace it. Don't compare yourself to others. Recognize your own strengths and use those tools. So I'm a mix. I'm not very computer savvy at all. I can just learn one application, one, tool, whatever it is. I know there's a lot more I could be doing with technology than what I do right now, but a lot of it is just time. Like I don't have the time to invest in learning more or more advanced things or whatever. So I do have to Google things. And like I said, once I set it up, once I set something up, it doesn't mean I can teach other people how to do it, because I probably am going to forget those steps almost immediately. Another thing that you might be able to do is partner with fellow friends and fellow demonstrators to learn from each other. Okay, so that's the just disclaimer there. Now, when you want to incorporate social media into your business, your biggest obstacle is going to be consistency. You have to, you can have all the computer skills in the world, or you can have just enough, just like me, but if you don't use them properly, post consistently, you're not going to see the results. This is the same comparison to someone who maybe isn't the best stamper in the world, but they do all the stuff they need to do for their business, versus the best stamper in the world who doesn't do anything for their business. The lesser stamper, like me, can be more successful than an amazing stamper, simply because they are making their follow-up calls, asking for bookings, you know, having all their emails, blah, 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 blah. So same thing. You can have not so good technical skills, but be good and consistent on social media and be successful. Another thing social media does for us is make us look even more professional. So you've been telling your friends, oh, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I teach card making and scrapbooking with paper products and, stamps, ink, and paper. And now they see you on social media, like, she actually had a class. There were actually people there. She has a logo, blah, blah, blah. So you can look more professional to your friends and family who maybe aren't taking you seriously, and to your customers that maybe, especially the ones that you just met, and so they don't really know you very well yet. It reminds people that you're out there. Maybe they came to a class once and it was fun and they just kind of forgot about it, and then they see you on social media and they're like, oh, I should go back to that card making stuff. And it keeps your current customers' wish list growing, because you're gonna, of course, be posting samples with product lists. You're gonna be posting tutorials, videos, and so on. So it keeps your current customers wanting more. I'm reading. I don't need to say this because it's a repeat of what I've already said. So we'll just skip that part. Okay, so the first thing we'll talk about is blogging. Do any of you guys have a blog that are watching right now? Yes, no, okay. We don't know if Ramona, I can't remember if Ramona does. Okay, so blogging, first of all, you don't have to do it, but if you're gonna blog, to start out, don't pay somebody, don't pay for a service, because you don't know if you're really gonna use it. You need to know if this is something that you enjoy, that you have time for, etc., before you invest the money in it. So Blogger is free if you go to blogger.com, and that's what I use. And even though it's free, I still use it, like after years and years, and many successful top demonstrators in the company use Blogger. So it's not like embarrassing to use or anything like that just because it's free. Kylie Bertucci is an example. She's been the #1 demonstrator in Australia many years. I can't remember if she was last year, but she went on a mission trip for like 6 months, so she lost that status just that 1 year. As soon as she got home, she back to #1. And she uses Blogger, and that's just one example. So just because you pay for it doesn't necessarily mean it's better. So keep that in mind about blogging. So if you're wanting to give it a try, go with the free version first. Now, in your blog, you want to, of course, share some personal stuff so people can get to know you. It doesn't have to be too personal. Just, it can be something funny that happened to you during the day. It can be something about your kids, your spouse, your pets, whatever. But just let people in a little bit so they get to know you. This helps with face-to-face and online customers. Of course, you're going to share Stampin' Up! Specials, Stampin' Up! Videos, the graphics that Stampin' Up! Provides us. So like, for example, right now we have I'm using the paper trimmer, and the pre-order for Christmas time is here for recruiting. So they have graphics for us. You can post them on your blog and then type up about how you can get these now. Everything when you make posts, you're going to be driving them back to your demonstrator business website for ordering. So that's easy. Click here to order. If you don't know how to make something a hot link so that they can click on it, Google that. And like I have had to Google things before for Blogger specifically. So how do you blank in Blogger? Because you don't need to know how to do it in TypePad or whatever. You need to know in the format you're using. And then on my website, you know, on the side, there's these, I think they're called, I forget what they call them, widget or something, but it's something you can add. And one of those is a link, you know, click here to shop now. And so there's always a link on the side of my blog to shop now, but then you can put them in your posts as well. So always be driving them to there because that's where they can literally make the purchase. But the blog is your storefront. It's where you can send everybody initially, you know, this is my website. And then I give them my blog address because I know if they want to shop, there's a button right there, and it's probably also linked in each blog post. So it's your storefront, it's your classroom. You can post tutorials there, step by step. You can post a picture of a sample, tell about it, and then give all the measurements, for example. So that's your classroom as well. You are a teacher, so you have to do that, whether it's live classes, tutorials, videos, and so on. So this is part of your classroom. People will buy stuff because they know how to use it. So they won't necessarily buy things if they just see a cute card sample. Especially, you know, I don't struggle with this, but I do a little because I can look at a card and figure it out and make it in general. I mean, if it's a complicated technique, but I don't need measurements. I can approximate and all that. Most people cannot. They need every single measurement. Like to me, you know, a standard card front, I never have cards around me when I do these. But you know, you have the one and then the layer that's a 1/4 inch smaller. To me, who doesn't know that? But people don't. And some people, it's just a matter of, that's just how it is for them. If they don't see the measurements spelled out, it doesn't click to them that, duh, that's the standard one we always do. So then they're not going to want to make that, they're not going to be able to make that card, so they don't need to purchase the stuff. So you got to teach them. I lost my place. Okay, so again, they buy that stuff because you teach them, not because you're the best stamper in the world. Teach them how to make something and tell them what they need to make it, and then click here to order that. You can post on your blog in a consistency that you choose. So you may choose once a week. You may choose twice a week, 5 times a week, 7 days a week. That is up to you, and you can be successful. You just need to figure out what works for you and do it so that they know when to expect it. Honestly, consistency is what matters. But honestly, I post on my blog once a month. Now, I use my blog for other purposes. If you've ever been to my blog, at the top, I have a ton of tabs. And the second one is events. So that's the one I use the most. And I list, when you click on that, it takes you to all of my events coming up and descriptions and all that stuff. So when I need to give someone a link to see what I have coming up, I link them to my events page on my blog. So that's the main thing I use it for. And then once a month, I post my monthly online ordering special. So that's my consistency. There are times that I do make more than one post a month, but that's not guaranteed. The guarantee is the 1 time a month. So I'm not recommending you guys post once a month, but I'm just saying that's what I do. But be consistent. If you choose, let's say you choose 3 times a week, you can do that 2 ways. You can either post each time that is that day it's going to post, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example, or say Sunday, or you pick the day of the week, you make all 3 posts and you schedule them out. You can do that easy on Blogger, tell it what day and time to post it. So either do them all 3 or all 4 or 10, whatever, in one day, or do them on the appropriate day. What does this say? Schedule all of your posts of the week, or you may do each post a day. Oh, I wrote that you might, for you, it might work to make your blog post at lunchtime. So if it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday at lunch, you may be on those 3 days, you might be making that blog post, for example. So figure out a free time. I don't personally think blog posts take too long, as long as you've already got the pictures. Depending on how much you know about what you're posting, you know, if you're having to look up all the info, but they can be made quickly. They just you have to know when you're going to do that. Take pictures as you're creating, so you always have it ready to go. So if you, for example, today I did my Facebook Live, and well, it's not the best example, but I made the card actually last week for Facebook Live, and I should have taken my pictures then. And what you can do is, like, if you're, first of all, if you're just making a random card, take pictures as you go. Maybe you're making a card for a friend or a co-worker or something. You can take a picture of the process and then the final card. If you're making a card specifically for a business purpose, like I was, whether it's a class, a blog post, a Facebook Live, a YouTube video, whatever, take pictures of the process. So for example, mine today was with the shaker domes. I could have taken the steps in photos, I should have, and then I would have those as a tutorial for my blog later. So I've got the video and the blog. But I didn't do that, but I did this morning before the video started. I took a couple of pictures of the finished card so that I now have those for future posts anywhere on my social media, including blogging that I want to use. So take pictures as you go. Don't do like I just did, like I just told you the opposite, the wrong way, and be completely finished with everything, and then, oh, I should have taken a picture, and then you have to go back and take a picture. So take them as you go. Then you always have content. Like I said, it may be a picture from 2 months ago, but that stamp set is still current, and you don't have anything to post about today, so you post that. So just keep a good, what's the, like an inventory of pics. Okay. If you're blogging, always pin the pictures from your blog to Pinterest. So if you're going to take the time to blog, pinning takes 2 seconds. A side tip on that, so when you're looking at your own blog, like mine, I think, I don't know how many, but let's say it shows 5 posts on the home page. And so I want to pin this one this post I just made, and I have the photo there. Don't just click on the photo and pin it. Click on the name of that post. So like the post might be, for example, Jennifer's October online ordering special. Click on the name of that post, which is a hot link in your blog, and that takes your blog to that specific page. And then when you pin it, when they click on that pin in Pinterest, it takes them back to that specific page. Hopefully that makes sense. So if I didn't do that, if I had it open and all my last 5 posts were showing, anything I pin on that page, in 2 years from now, when someone clicks on it, it goes to page 1, whatever I just posted today, instead of the post that they're trying to get to. Hopefully that makes sense. Google it if not. But that's just a tip on pinning. But yeah, if you're going to go to the trouble to blog, pin it so that it can drive people back to your website, which talks about how to order and has a link to your DBWS. I totally lost my place. Okay, on your blog, you also want to have links to joining your team, joining your clubs, class information. If you're selling PDF tutorials, for example, links to that, all that stuff. So use your blog, again, as your storefront and your classroom. Again, for me, the main purpose of my blog is to have one place I can send people where they can find everything about me. And it really is, you know, I have the kit information there, I have upcoming events, have my monthly special, Stampin' Up! Specials, and so on. Okay, next, social media. Facebook and Instagram are free. I'm mainly going to talk about Facebook. In fact, I think I'm only going to talk about Facebook now, but they're both free. They can help you find new people, even though your initial goal is just to stay in contact with your current customers, keep your current customers updated, and keep them informed. It will lead you to new people magically, because that's what social media does. So you need, on Facebook, a business page for sure. And then Rhonda does recommend a group. I don't have a group. I do have groups, but they're different. I have a card club group and a scrapbook club group. So to be in those, you have to be a member of my club. But they're more to just inform my club of time to RSVP, here's the dates, here's our host codes, and so on. But these two things do have different purposes. Your business page is, in my opinion, most important, because it is your storefront on Facebook. It is a place you can advertise from, boost posts from, and that Facebook will choose to show it to different people for you based on their interest. And like, if, for example, if you're going to do Facebook Lives, you need to do it from your in my opinion, your business page, because that can be shared in a group. Only the people in the group can see the Facebook Lives. So you need that business page. Very easy to set up. You click start a business page and you answer all the questions. And don't get hung up on those silly questions like, what kind of business is this? Figure out what kind of business it is. And I can almost guarantee you that every demonstrator out there has not chosen the same business. Just like I was telling y'all before, I don't remember what the choices were. So I don't know what I chose, but don't get hung up on silly stuff like that. Just answer the questions, type in a name, and go on. I personally recommend when they ask you to name a Facebook business page, include your name in it. Because if, you know, Susie met you at the craft fair and she has your business card and it says Marilyn Sikorsky, and she's like, oh, I'm going to find her on Facebook, that's what she's going to type in, not Crafts by Marilyn, or, you know, I'm just making that up, Marilyn, but whatever we call ourselves, the stamp therapist, she's not going to type that in. Okay, that was off the topic. Okay, so business page is your storefront. The group is your community, where you build even more closer relationships, maybe share special things, make them special offers, let them see stuff first, etc. That's where you can really build your relationships. And a good thing about groups is your customers can post on your groups, so they can make an actual post versus just commenting on something you have done on your business page. And as long as it's not offensive and competing with your business and all that, we want them to do that. We want them to have a place where they can share stuff they've made or ask questions or whatever. Okay, now, but the cool thing is the content's the same on both. You post, you know, oh, get this paper trimmer today. Here's how you get this starter kit if you want the paper trimmer, on your business page. 2 hours later, same post on the group. It's like the same, you know, copy and paste, or a lot of times I just post on my Facebook business page and then I share it to my groups. The two I just told you guys about. So it's the same content, other than, like I said, if you do special things for the group, and that would just be extra, but you still will do whatever you post on business goes to group as well. And you can schedule posts on both. So you can, again, if you're doing things ahead of time, you can schedule a post, the same exact post, to post at 8 a.m. on one platform and 1 p.m. on the other. You do want to scatter things like that. Don't at 8 a.m., don't post the same exact thing on both, because then basically whoever was going to see it then is going to see it then, and no one catches it later in the day because they're on at a different time. So in the group, some extra perks you can give them: weekly challenge, special weekly challenges, special tutorials. You can do, like surveys and stuff like that. Now, Facebook is just a numbers game. The more people that like and comment, the more Facebook will show it to strangers. That's what we want. We want Facebook showing it to strangers. So who cares if there's demonstrators on your page? Again, as long as they're not doing anything inappropriate, which they shouldn't and usually don't. But if someone's like, oh, here's my website, delete. But other than that, we welcome other demonstrators liking, commenting, following us, all that stuff. So it's just a numbers game. So don't get annoyed when people do that, is the biggest thing. Let them join in. Again, Facebook is easy. You can easily post right from your phone. Always include a link to your store and add your contact info. So don't just assume just because they're seeing a Facebook post on your business page that they know how to contact you. I usually type in my email. You can put your phone number if you want, but I don't really want to be contacted that way. But I type in my email, and then of course you can put any other contact info you have. You can put a link to your store and all that stuff. Post pictures from your events on social media, again, with people. If you had one person attend, hey, Mary, hold up that card you just made. Let's get a picture. Or if you have a whole classroom full of full of people, you can take a picture of that. But again, that will help you look professional, serious, and people will see others having fun with what you do. People don't want to miss out. So once you show pictures of you having fun with other people, maybe they will actually want to come check it out. Post something every day. Other stuff you can post: team meetings. So again, yours or mine, ours. You stamping, other people stamping, projects you've made, personal stuff, your kids, your grandkids, seasonal things, memes, etc. You can say, happy first day of fall, whatever. If you make YouTube videos, you can put links to those on your Facebook page. I used to do that. I used to do wasn't regular, but I used to only do YouTube videos. So I would always put links to those on my Facebook social media. And you guys know you can do Facebook Live straight from Facebook, straight from your phone. My opinion, Facebook Lives are easier, but I know not everybody agrees with that. Some people it makes them nervous. For some reason, if I mess up on a Facebook Live, it's just like if you were here at my class. I can just keep going and, I have to say I did it wrong, or, oh, I don't have this or whatever, but I don't like freeze up and stumble and whatever. But when I film videos, I do all that. It's weird, which those can be edited, but still, then the editing to me is like work and all that. So I think Facebook Lives are easier, but of course, that's not everybody's opinion. And there's reasons to do YouTube videos sometimes anyway. Okay, Facebook has easy advertising. So again, from your business page, you click. First of all, they're always asking you, do you want to advertise or boost? But you can click boost post. And then it asks you all these questions. It asks you how much you want to spend. It asks you, who are you targeting? What age group? Male, female, both. Type in the interests you want them to have. So it makes it very easy. How many days do you want this ad to run? So you can target specific audiences depending on what you're advertising. So for example, if you're advertising a class, that's going to be a local audience, 50 miles, 20 miles, whatever you pick from your location. If you're advertising an online class that anyone in the US can take because you're going to mail it, the US is probably going to be your target versus 20 miles from your house. People who like Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, crafting, scrapbooking, on and on. but don't bother paying that money to advertise if you're not going to give people a reason to follow you. You have to be consistent. So if you randomly here and there make a post and boost it, and then it's 2 weeks before your next post, that was some wasted money. So be consistent and make it pay off for yourself. Okay, next, YouTube videos. So again, you can use these to teach. There is a different audience on YouTube than Facebook, so you're reaching different people. YouTube videos are different. They're, in general, you want to get down to the stamping, basically, not too much chit chat. I mean, I know everybody does what they want, but in general, the audience wants you to get straight to the stamping. So it's a different type of video and meets a different audience again. On YouTube and Facebook Live videos, if you're nervous about talking in front of the camera, just show your hands. Already have the camera pointed down before you even start recording or filming, and just show your hands. I recommend you don't be nervous about it because nobody's judging us as harshly as we judge ourselves. I do recommend lights like this. They make such a difference on our face. I'm just telling y'all. Let me see if you can see the difference. See how my face looks? And it's actually, I have a better camera in here, so you can't see it as good. But when I do Facebook Lives on my phone and I turn the lights off, all you see is black circles under my eyes, because I have really, those of y'all who know me, I have super dark circles under my eyes. The lights like make them almost disappear. So it's weird. You would think more light would show more imperfections, but it kind of like bleaches you out or something. I don't even know. That was a side note about if you're embarrassed to do videos and show your face, just put a bunch of lights on yourself. I actually have 4 lights on me when I do Facebook Live. When I do it for y'all, I only do 2 because I don't want to look hideous, but it's not, you know, that important. Anyway, and they're not expensive lights, like they're Cowboy Studio lighting from Amazon. So anyway, back to YouTube. So nobody likes how they look. Nobody likes how their voice sounds. I can't stand that part, rewatching videos, but I've just gotten over it. Like, too bad. My voice sounds like super country and all that stuff. And I say way too many times, which I do try to fix that, like not say it, but whatever. Maybe you don't like your background. So again, you can just show the hands, or you can, like, Pam's a good, I mean, I don't think she's hiding anything, but Pam has, like, which I have one of these too, a brick wall. It's a photo backdrop. And I believe hers is paper like mine. So, you know, you might just buy something like that and cover up all your junk, like what I have back here. Anyway, you are going to get better the more you do it. All of our videos, anyone who does videos, have improved over time. You get more comfortable talking. You get, you know, you forget less stuff eventually as far as your stamping supplies, and you invest in better equipment over time, lights and all that stuff. So you'll get better, but you won't unless you get started. Okay, in your videos, YouTube and Facebook, you have to ask for the sale. You have to say, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can purchase on my website. You should name your website. You should have it like a printout where they can read it. If you're tech savvy, you can have it going across your screen. You want, oh, you can specifically say, when you purchase from me, you are supporting me and my family, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much. You can ask, you should ask them to subscribe to your channel. If you're on YouTube, you can ask them to follow you on Facebook. Again, Facebook suggests pages and things to people. Well, YouTube does too. YouTube will suggest videos. If you like this, maybe you want to watch this. So it's like free advertising. I feel like I have a nose whistle right now. Don't forget, people are more likely to buy from you when they're learning from you. So you teach, tell them what they need to make it, and they buy. Let them know this is a business, that you don't need to say this specifically, but you want them to know this is a business. I'm not just having fun and teaching people to stamp because I love giving free tutorials. I do love stamping, and I love to teach people, and I would love it if you need any supplies, you can go to my store and get them. Let them know this is your job. When you purchase from me, you're helping support me in my dream to earn an incentive trip, to support my family, etc. Okay, every time you're posting on your blog, on your YouTube, on your Facebook, give a supply list, give a link to place an order to your store, give item codes. Make it easy for people to click and order. We want them to focus on the products, not only the cute projects. Okay, secret word number 2 is email list. Email list. Oh, it's already 9 o'clock. All right, I'm going to talk faster. That went quick. So these 3 things, Facebook, blog, YouTube, are important, but they're not as important as your email list. This actually, I said everything was optional, but I really think everybody needs an email list. So people, even your strong followers, are not going to see everything you post on Facebook, or they might see every YouTube video, but you know what I mean. In general, those things with social media are hit and miss what we catch. But when you send an email that says, well, first of all, when you send them an email, they're going to get the email, whether they choose to delete or not. They receive the email. You know they receive it in general. You can send emails that says, here is my latest YouTube video. Click here to watch it. So now, yeah, you're getting that video to the people who haven't logged on to YouTube or whatever. Same thing for Facebook Lives. You can send a link to the video on Facebook, or you can upload that video to YouTube, which I do every month when I do my Facebook Live. And then when I send out my monthly class reminders, I'm like, here's the link to this month's Facebook Live video. But it's a YouTube link. Because not everyone's on Facebook, by the way. That's one reason to do that. So your customers who refuse to get on Facebook can still see your Facebook Lives on YouTube. Okay, so we kind of talked about this already, but you're gathering emails from everyone you meet. At every event, you have door prize forms, a sign-up list, all that stuff. Gather those emails. And then, you can also email people out. I will be going live this day, this time. I always do that. Okay, so getting people on your email list is probably your #1 priority, other than getting them to book a party and come to your classes. Get them on your email list. It's #1. This has been one of the biggest reasons for my personal success. I've literally had an email list since I had my very first party. I currently have over 1,900 people on my email list, and I have about 60 to 70 regular customers that come to my events each month. So that is approximately 3% of my email list that actually participates. My point in telling you that is that you can't say, well, I keep adding people. What did I say? I'm sorry, let me start over. I don't want to hear from you guys. I've been adding people to my email list, and I have 20 and only 1 comes to class. That's correct. That's about the percentage of the 20 people that would actually attend events. So we just keep growing that list and growing it. And the cool thing is, out of those 20, literally in 5 years, a couple of them might start becoming regular customers. And these are small numbers, but you get the point. Over the years, you keep adding to the list. You never delete. They delete themselves if they choose. You never delete them, because you never know when it's going to become a good time for them. They're going to move back to town. They're going to get a job that pays better, whatever. It doesn't matter the reason. I've had lots of people be on my email list for many, many, many years before they take action and come to a class, place an order. Oh, for example, and this is a good one. I got an online order the other day, over $300. So I sent, and well, anyway, I didn't recognize the name or anything. So I sent her an email and I said, I just wanted to thank you for the order. FYI, I do a monthly online ordering special. And I explained that, and you'll be getting that kit next month. And she replied and said, thank you very much. I met you at the scrapbook convention a couple of years ago. I've been receiving your emails, and I'm looking forward to, she didn't say stamping with you, but something like that, because she lives out of town. So she won't be attending live events. And she's already placed another order since then. So that's the point of getting people on that email list and leaving them on that email list forever. But again, just real quick, don't say, well, I have 20 people on my email list and no one's coming to class. That's normal. We just keep building up that list, because you never know also what they're going to take advantage of from our email list. Okay, keep growing and building. Always have a way for people to sign up for your email list. So not only in person, which we've talked about plenty, but in your email, which I know that sounds funny, but in your regular email. So like when I emailed that lady, her name's Alicia. When I emailed Alicia, there is a link in my signature, click here to sign up for my email list, for example. So I'm sending her a one-on-one email, not from Constant Contact. And I've given her a way to sign up for my email list, as well as every other person I ever send an email to. Number two, in your, again, social media posts, you can put a link, click here to sign up for my email list, which if you use Constant Contact or any of those services, they provide that link for you. If you don't know how, call them, customer service, or Google it. Or if you do the old-fashioned email list still, which is fine, that's what I did when I was new. I created an email on Word, then I would copy and paste it into the body of the email because I didn't want to send an attachment, and I would blind copy everybody. Then you say, email me to sign up for my email list. Easy. So either way, you need to tell them how to sign up for your email list. Let's see. Oh, talk about it in your videos. If you guys want to be informed of Stampin' Up! Specials, my events, and other things that are going on, sign up for my email list. You can even do a push, like a big push, to have people grow your email list and advertise it everywhere, and then give away a prize. You know, do a drawing for everyone who signs up within the next 2 weeks or whatever. And you can do that every so often. Oh, I keep losing my place tonight. Oh, and then also on your blog, click here to sign up for my email list. Email me to sign up for my email list, whatever. So I use Constant Contact. I'm going to give it a plug. I love it because it has the event section. So everything ties together. If I create an event, then I can email that event to everybody or certain select list of customers that I have. And they provide that click here to sign up link for me. It is what I pay for is about $75 a month for me. And I've been paying that. Actually, I used to pay more. Their prices went down, but I've been paying that for years and years, and I've always thought it was worth it. So that's just my plug. But there are other services, and a couple I know of are MailChimp, MailChimp, and Aweber, Aweber. So those are a couple more you can check out. And like I said, you can still have an email list even if you use regular old email. That's perfectly fine. Just blind copy people so no, you're not giving out emails. Okay, so that's about social media. Lots of stuff there you can do. There's really a lot more fine tuning that could be trained on that. So I may do that later. I've jotted down so many things once we get through this new year training that I want to train on. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but anyway. Section 2 is about sharing the Stampin' Up! Opportunity. This is a key part to your flex points and earning the incentive trip. It also can be a key part to advancing in title making more money, everything we've talked about. So to earn the incentive trip, though, you're going to need at least 5 qualified recruits this year and 6 or more Bronze Elite promotions. So you have to recruit to grow your team to earn the incentive trip for sure. And a lot of us have to recruit because of the titles we want or bonuses and all that stuff as well. So recruiting is I really think this is the easiest thing we can do. It's easier than selling. It's easier than booking parties. It's just easy because all it is being honest and talking about what you love about Stampin' Up. And making sure you tell everybody that and opening your mouth and saying, we have a kit, $99. You get to pick 125 of anything you want, free shipping, and there's no obligation. So it's what the recruiting is about is thinking about what's in it for them, not what's in it for you. That's all it is. And I've always done this. I mean, it's like, hello, this is a no-brainer. You can place these orders with me and pay tax and shipping and not get a discount, or you can make this one-time purchase for what I just said. Y'all know the discount, the good deal it is, and then get a discount on your own purchases. Now, of course, not everybody takes advantage of that, because they're crazy, but I'm like, hey, FYI, this would be the best deal, but I can also just take your order if you want. So we do need recruits to meet our goals, and recruiting has very lucrative financial rewards, bonuses, team commissions, all that stuff, and the flex points, which end up being a financial reward. However, that's not like the reason in our heads for recruiting. The reason is simply that, knowing this is the best deal, this is what's best for you, let me tell you about it. So it's very natural. Recruiting is very natural to me. You're simply always letting people know this is the best deal. Of course, you have to believe that, which I don't know why anyone in Stampin' Up! Wouldn't believe that that's a better deal than placing a full price order. But if you don't, you need to think about why you don't believe that. Why is that not the best deal? Like, tell me privately why it's not a good deal for someone to get a discount and pay less money for their stamping supplies. Again, they may not choose to do it, but it is the best deal. So if you believe it, you will easily be able to share that. I have some numbers. So do you think it's better for them to pay you basically $150 for a $125 order, or to pay $107 for the same stuff? And they get more stuff on top of that. They get a free paper pumpkin, business supplies, and so on. Now, to some of us, the $125 might look good. Like, well, I would rather have a $125 order, commissions on that, flex points, and so on. But again, it's not about us. It's about what's best for them. And you just let them know. That's all, Oh, Susie, I noticed your order. So I did the math. Even as low as a $90 order, they're still going to pay $107 with tax and shipping. This is Texas, tax and shipping, but I know it's about the same. For a $90 order, they're going to pay you $107, but only get $90 worth of stuff. So if your customer gives you an order for $90, all you have to say is, hey, Mary, I noticed your order is $90. That's going to be about $107 with tax and shipping. I just want to make sure you know that our starter kit is $99 plus tax, so it's about $107. But you pick $125 in anything you want instead of $90. And it will sign you up as a demonstrator, but there's no obligation. And then Mary's going to say, I'm just going to place the order today. Okay. And you add it up and take her order. Or she's going to say, well, so what does that mean? And then you answer her questions, and then she'll make her decision. That's all. You don't have to push Mary. If she says, I'm just going to order today, okay. And you take the order. And then next time she places a big order, she's going to think about that, and she may or may not ever act on it, but you can remind them every time, and you can remind them when specials come up. but they also have that seed planted. But again, that wasn't pushy at all. I'm just like, hey, FYI, this is the deal, and you can take advantage of whichever one you want. Then you can take it a step further. Forget the money part. What about the amount of friends they can make being a demonstrator? What about some extra income they could make? Maybe you know people that would like a discount on their own supplies. Maybe you know some customers, friends who are lonely. They don't have very many friends and they would like to meet other people who like stamping like they do. Maybe you can tell or know from things you've heard that they would like to attend, that they would enjoy attending Stampin' Up! Events and or your team events, our team events. Maybe they would love participating in swaps. Maybe they love getting recognition for stamping or just getting samples. And of course, as you know, many other benefits of being a demonstrator. So perhaps those are the things you point out to people versus if you place this $90 order, blah, blah, blah. You know, hey, Susie, I just wonder if you ever thought about that kit I'm always talking about, because we have monthly get-togethers. It's a lot of fun. Again, there's no obligation. If you get the kit, it's $99. You get to pick $125 of anything you want, but for at least 3 months. And right now we're in so-and-so months, so that means until January or whatever, you could attend our events and see if you like it. No one's going to pressure you. Like, you don't have to order, you don't have to do parties or any of that. So you target what appeals to that person. You have the power to change people's lives simply by offering them the starter kit. How? Well, think about how it's changed your life. Have you met your best friend? Have you become closer to friends because you guys do this together now? Have you made extra money that you needed? Have you been able to buy more stamps that you wanted because now you're demonstrating, you get a discount, you get host benefits and all that stuff. Have you, like me, gone from 2 friends to hundreds of friends, gone from not being able to talk in front of one person to being able to talk in front of hundreds of people, earned incentive trips, earned bonuses, had advancements that you never thought you would have. It doesn't matter the level. I think I know that everyone in our group has benefited more than one way from being a demonstrator. Do you regret or wish the person that offered you the kit had never offered it to you? No, you don't wish that. And so think about that too. Again, all you're doing is offering it, and they literally don't know how much it could change their life when they take advantage of it. Could you imagine your life without your stamping hobby? I certainly could not. And so again, just think about that, how you can affect someone's life. People are gonna, some people, which this even goes more towards sales, have that guilt feeling of pressuring people and, oh, what if she can't afford it? That's none of your business. If she can't afford stamps and she's buying them and you quit offering stamps, she's going to go spend her money on something else, whether it's crafting supplies from another source or a new hobby. So it's not our place to judge who can afford what or who should. Trust me, I've had customers or met people that you would think, well, this person's going to buy everything, she's rich. And those are the what's the word? Oh gosh, thriftiest people, sometimes. So don't prejudge is the point. Offer it to everybody. Remember why you're offering it to everybody. And that is what you can do for them. And then they can make their choice. It's their loss if they choose not to purchase it. And trust me, I have so many customers that, some of them literally since the beginning who've never bought the kit. I'm like, I don't get it, but that's your choice. So not everyone's going to take advantage of it, but you're not being salesy by offering it. You're just being a good friend. It is the best deal in our catalog. There truly is no obligation. If you don't ever make a purchase, you just drop out. Nothing bad happens. There's no obligation. So if you believe everything I've just said, that offering the kit's the best deal for them, then you will be able to freely offer it. I think the biggest thing, you have to remember to do it. Put it in your notes for when you're going to talk in class or any, video, everything, wherever you're speaking about, put it in your notes to say it at some point. Mention it in every email. It's just a little line. You can get the starter kit, you can join. Sorry. Again, my notes are kind of repetitive, so the main thing is don't keep all these amazing benefits to yourself. Don't be selfish. So who can you approach with the kit offer? You guys can start making a list right now while you're watching this video. Some of your first recruits can just be friends and family, sister, mom, granddaughter, cousin, best friend. I'm naming females, basically friends and family. Not that we don't have men demonstrators, and so you may know some crafty men who you put on that list too. But the point is, a lot of people's first recruits are friends and family that you just kind of ask them, hey, do you want to join this with me? And we can see how it goes, and I can teach you how to make cards and how to stamp and all that stuff. So get them into your stamping world so that you can hang out with them more. I know I personally definitely hang out with anyone I know that stamps more than anyone I know that doesn't stamp. So get them in your hobby and tell them, I want to hang out with you more, but it'd be a lot easier if you like stamping, because that's pretty much all I do. At least that's what I can say. Okay, so friends, family, all that first. Anyone who's hosted an event with you ever or is currently hosting. So everybody on this call says they have at least one home party booked. Your host is your number one next recruit. And what I always do is at the end of the party, when I'm telling her, the orders are this much, or whatever, we're just discussing what happened at the party, whatever, I say, so Mary, have you ever thought about being a demonstrator like me? That's it. If they say no, now it's in their head. If they say yes, then y'all are discussing it. And then you just answer their questions. Now, back when I did all those parties, it was not a host benefit that you could apply your host dollars towards a starter kit, but now they can. So that's another layer. So, well, if you have 150 or more in orders tonight, whatever your host benefits are, you can apply that towards the starter kit. So it's basically 107 with tax. So let's say you earn $30 in free merchandise. It's only going to cost you $77, but you get to pick 125 in merchandise. And there's no obligation. So make sure you offer it to every host. Even if they don't earn host benefits, their party might be less than 150, you still offer it to them. At the party, of course, you're going to talk, at some point, you're going to mention to everybody about this starter kit offer. And so it will be mentioned to everybody. You'll take it on a case-by-case basis if you talk to anyone at the party about it, but the host for sure. And then your past host, just go back to them. Hey, Susie, I never asked you this before, but blah, blah, blah. Keep in mind, if you don't offer it to your customers, someone else eventually will. And people don't like that when they find out you had something to offer and you didn't. So make sure you're the one that offers it. Any customers who love the product. So basically all your customers are target new recruits. Don't forget the reason we make our classes, well, there's many reasons, but one of the reasons we make our classes free with an order or they include product is because we want to build customers who want product, because that's who's going to buy the starter kit. Not the people who come in and pay you $15 or whatever your fee is and never place an order. They will never want the starter kit. They want a starter kit that comes with pre-cut paper and instructions and ink and stamps that they get to use. That's what kind of people that class builds. Oh, just look for signs, look for signals. People who linger, who show up early and offer to help you, people who hang out after and offer to help you, people who ask you a bunch of questions. If they ask anything about being a demonstrator, that's a target person. If they say, how much work is it to do a class like this? Or how much stuff do you have to bring to the part? Any literally question like that, they're interested in it. They've been thinking about it. Talented stampers, that's a target person. You want them on your team because they're going to provide inspiration not only for you, but for the rest of the team. Those are people who will participate in your online challenges and your meeting challenges and swaps and all that stuff. Those are people who deserve stamping recognition, which you can give them when they're on your team. Past demonstrators, so anyone who used to be on your team or any customer who used to be a demonstrator in someone else's team, target recruits. Again, you should just be sharing the kit naturally all the time. It's simply talking about one of the options to purchase today. You can make an order, you can do this, you can get our starter kit. Give them the info and then let them decide, but don't give too much info. So basically what I've said so far is the info you want to give. You can also say you get a minimum 20% discount for at least 3 months. But you don't need to say, and it's only a $300 minimum, and then if you don't meet that, you have 1 month. No, only unless they ask you. Just give them the basic info and let them ask questions. Don't just start feeding stuff to them unless they ask. There are a few ways, I guess, additional ways you can recruit and soften people up, just like we do for booking parties, send them a booking letter. You can soften them up to ask them about the starter kit. And you should do this. Send a recruiting email once every month. So send an email. You've got your newsletter, you've got your class reminders. My hand is not in the camera. You've got this, that, and the other. And one of those emails a month is about joining. Join my team. We do this, blah, blah, blah. These are the perks of being a demonstrator, whether there's a special or not. And then you can ask certain people, hey, did you see that email? Post once a month about it on your blog. So whether you're posting once a week, then one of those weeks it'll be about the starter kit, or if you're posting 3 times a week, that's like 12 times a month. Only one of them needs to be about the starter kit, how to get it, what the perks are. Put yourself together a sample starter kit. So you choose $125 worth of stuff that will make a good kit. Use it for live events and take pictures of it for social media. So you can use it for both. So you can use those pictures in your blog post, your Facebook posts, and so on. Always mention the free shipping, by the way. It's $99 plus tax only. Shipping is free, and you pick $125. Post on your Facebook once a month about the starter kit or joining. Don't do all these at once. So don't do this week, I'm sending the email, posting it on Facebook, and blogging about it. Yeah, spread them out at different times of the month. You can send cards to customers and friends that say, I would love to have you on my team. I know you love the product, and so I thought of you and how much you could benefit from the starter kit. They may not join at that time, but you put it in their head, you've answered a few questions because you'll follow up. And then the next time there's a special, you can be like, hey, Susie, you remember when I was asking you about the starter kit? Well, now there's a special. What do you think? On your blog, have a page. So, I told y'all about my events tab, club tab, this, that. One of those is about joining my team. And then when they click on that, there is a list of benefits to being a demonstrator. You list benefits to being on your team and just general benefits. We always get a minimum 20% discount. We always get to see catalogs early. We get to pre-order pretty much everything before it comes out. We get to hear news first. We get to go to Stampin' Up! Only events. So, and you can look at mine on my blog and see what I've listed and copy what applies. So we've got all the Stampin' Up! Benefits, and then what are your benefits? You know, for my team, you could say this if it applies. Everyone on my team gets every tutorial I create. Everyone on my team gets to attend the monthly team meetings, Facebook group, whatever it is, whatever you offer. You cannot offer someone something to sign up, by the way, just a side note. Like, you can't offer any product, money, nothing. But you can tell them what you do for your team. Reading notes, I've already said all this. Of course, you tell them they'll save 20% now, because this kit is basically 20% off, and in the future. Always have recruit brochures on you, pass them out all the time, and always have starter kit forms on you, by the way. You go to a home party, you need to have at least 3 starter kit paperworks. You go to a class, 3 starter kit paperworks. Craft fair, like anywhere you're going where you're going to be showing, doing, demonstrating, Stampin' Up!, you always have 3 starter kit forms on you. Always. Never leave home without it. Once you've fully informed people, they can make their own decision. Okay, secret word number 3 is no obligation. No obligation. Okay, so think about this. And this is a Rhonda analogy, but I do think it is a really good one. Let me get a drink of water here. If you went to Target and they had a special going on today, if you spend $125, you only have to pay $99. And then we're also going to give you a coupon today for 20% off any purchase you make, every single purchase you make for the next 3 months. So that's the special at Target. By the way, there's no obligation to come back and use the 20% off coupon, but if you want to, you can. That's the special, but you go to Target and nobody tells you that special is happening. Yeah, you're not gonna be too happy with Target or that salesperson or whatever the situation is when they should have told you. You're that person, you're Target. You gotta tell people about this special, or else they're not gonna know about this special, and they're not gonna know if they wanna turn it down or accept it. Because not everybody's going to take the offer. They're going to be like suspicious that there's a string attached, which there isn't, but they're going to think there is. So not everyone's going to take it. So don't be that salesperson at Target that didn't offer you. I mean, what the heck? I didn't want to spend $125 today. I wanted to spend $107. And I want to get 20% off. I'm going to come back and buy like a couch for 20% off or whatever. So don't be that person. It's a really good way to think about it and hopefully help us remember to make that offer. Okay, so that is what we have time for today. I went over, but not as bad as last week. But we will cover sealing the deal with your recruits and getting your recruits to qualified in 2 weeks. However, sealing the deal, like I'm sure there'll be some stuff to go over, but it's just, again, a matter of answering those questions and then following up. So I just want to tell y'all that real quick if you get in this situation. So maybe you're at class and you do everything I said and you've talked to Susie and she's interested and she takes the recruit brochure home. The next class, or you give Susie a text in a week or 2 and just say, hey, I just wanted to check back and see if you thought about the starter kit. Do you have any questions? That's it. I mean, that's how you follow up on the kit. It's not a hard, like, are you going to make that decision today? Today's someone did that to me one time with a direct sales company. She was like, Jennifer, you've been thinking about this for a long time. Today, you need to either decide yes or no. And I said, okay, no. Because this lady was so pushy. But anyway, we're not like that. We're just like, hey, it's been about a week. You know, have you had time to think about it? If you have any questions. That's how you seal the deal. And then the other part of sealing the deal, my opinion, is entering that kit for them, because it can be a deterrent to people. If they have one little issue with the website, they take it as a sign, or they assume, which not wrongfully, but they could make the assumption that, oh, Stampin' Up's technology is going to be a pain in the butt, so I don't want to mess with it. Anything like that. You don't want to scare them off right away from when they go get the kit. Okay, so homework for week 4. It's not week 4, it's call for whatever. Number 1, create your social media plan. So what are you going to use? Are you going to only do Facebook? Are you going to blog? Are you going to make YouTube videos? Are you going to do all 3? What? And then how often are you going to do it? So are you going to blog once a week? Are you going to post on Facebook once a day, every day, whatever? But be specific so that you have something to hold yourself accountable to, and be realistic. Don't say I'm going to blog 7 days a week. I mean, unless y'all already do that, I wouldn't say that. That's hard. But, you know, figure out what you want to do. I always think, I mean, you don't want to, like, what's the word? You don't want to wimp out on it and be like, oh, I'll post on social media once a month. But you don't want to set yourself up for failure saying you're going to do something more often than you really could. Okay. Number 2, create 10 new recruit folders. So a new recruit folder, and new recruit, it's more like just a recruit folder. Potential is a better word. Potential recruit folders. I'm going to tell y'all real quick what should go in those. The brochure, the recruit brochure, also the beginner brochure, of course, the starter kit order form, a schedule of your upcoming meetings, a card, and your business card with a free class pass for someone who has not attended class before. So it can say like first time, whatever. That's a recruit packet. Create 10 of those and start handing them out when anyone shows any interest or asks questions or you have talked to them. It's so funny, all these people texting me that y'all should be watching this video right now. Okay. Number 3, create 20 customer packets. These are packets that you can, we didn't talk about them today because there wasn't time, but these are packets that you can hand out at your craft fairs and basically at all of your funnel events. So a customer packet has, and this can be in, let me grab one because they're right here, these 6x8 cellophane bags that we sell in the annual catalog. It's a really good way to package them up. This is going to have your free class pass, your upcoming class schedule, your business card. It can have a sample card in it. Just use some swaps you have laying around. The beginner brochure, and maybe a piece of candy or gum for fun to make people go back into that later. Okay, so create 20 or more customer packets to use in your funnels. If you're going to do craft fairs, you probably need more than 20. Number 4, update or create your benefits page on your blog, and then print it off also, because you can actually add that to your recruit packet. I'm going to write that on here, benefits page. And then, sorry, my phone is giving me issues. Tracy said she had to go so she could do her Facebook Live, so I think we'll give her a pass for watching the whole video. Anyway, if you guys want to go find Tracy's business page and watch her on Facebook Live next. Okay, sorry. Update your benefits page, print it off, stick it in that recruit packet. And last but no, I'm sorry, that's not even last. Number 5, make a list of who you want to talk to about the starter kit. You can talk to them at the next class. You can mail them a card and then follow up. You can set an appointment with them. Hey, Mary, do you want to come over and stamp? And then you can talk to her about it, meet for coffee, go to their house, ask them, hey, I was wanting to talk to you about the starter kit opportunity. Do you want to come to class 15 minutes early Saturday? So anything like that, but make your list and then get to talking to people. Number 6, have your folder that's dedicated to following up with leads, recruiting leads. So you'll put door prize forms in there, notes, met this person at this place, need to follow up. This is what she said, blah, blah, blah. Number 7, set up a plan for the next 4 weeks on how you're going to market the starter kit. So are you going to, which most of these you should and are going to do, are you going to schedule an email? Are you going to make a Facebook post, mail cards, etc.? So get yourself a plan for how, because now is the key time to recruit, by the way. The reason we're going over this right now is because the earlier in the year you can recruit, the more time it gives them to advance and qualify in this Stampin' Up! Year. Of course, we want to recruit all the time, constantly, but at the very beginning of the year is the best time, because the later it gets in the year, it's fine, but they may qualify and advance in the next Stampin' Up! Year, the farther out we get. And right now we're talking about this year, 2019, 2020. And then create that starter kit sample display. So a little crate, a basket, whatever, where you put $125 worth of stuff in it, take pictures of it for social media, and carry it around in, live to all of your live events. Okay, y'all, that was a lot. Again, I went off topic too many times, but only an hour and a half today. So thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I will hear back from everybody else on your secret words. And we're good. Yeah. I'm like, are y'all still with me? So thank you very much. Yes, I will see y'all in 2 weeks, but I will have internet, by the way, on the ship. So you can still message me, especially I won't get texts as much, but email, Facebook message, and I'll be able to see Facebook if anything comes up during that time. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you.